What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Forza Horizon 5 here in the summer season of series number 8. Today we're driving around in our Mercedes C63 AMG that we unlocked in the last video doing the trial event, which was not fun. So I hope everybody has a easier attempt at the trial than I did. I had to do it a couple of times for actually completing it, and was not fun. But today we're going to be jumping in to the seasonal championships, and I think we're going to get started with one that will get you that car for the trial event. So we're going to jump into the Pick Me Up Seasonal Cross Country Championship, and you can see here our class restriction is B Class 700, and we have to use German pickups and 4x4s. So I've got 3 set up. There may only be 3 that you can use, I don't know, but I've got 3 of them set up. We'll go ahead and jump into our first one and get it started. All right, let's take a look at our races here. We've got sprint, circuit. Good deal. All right, so first one we're doing here is Tropico Cross Country. And you can see here we're using the 2014 Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG 6x6. So big old monster of a vehicle. The share code for the tune, along with the tuner's name and name of the tune, will have been up on the screen if you want to try it out as well. But we'll see how it does through here in this championship race. I'm surprised that slowed us down that much. Probably helped us out more than anything. Let's see. I'm not a big fan of cross-country racing, so barely got to that checkpoint. Diving in as much as we can to make sure that we get this done. The least amount of issues. But for seasonal championships, you do not have to come in first place in all 3 races. It's based on points, so it is important where you finish. But just know that you do not have to come in first in all 3 of the races. So we're sitting in second right now. I guarantee we probably won't catch up to the first. So I wouldn't think so unless he messes up. But yeah, just make sure you're aware that you do not have to come in first place in the 3 races. I mean, you could technically win the championship without coming in first at all, but you kind of have to have the drive cars line up their positions to make that happen. So, as in they would have to come in lower positions. Like right now, Poseidon is out in front. So even if he finishes first here, but then maybe comes in last in the next race or something, his points would obviously be killed. So, but you don't want to come in last. I think the points go down significantly outside of the first 3, I think. You get 20 points for first place. What is that? Big old mud hill? I don't know that I've ever noticed that. But you get 20 points for first place, 16 for second. I think it's 10 for third. So I could be mistaken. We can take a look at the end of this race here in just a second, though. We are going to be settling for a second place finish, which is fine. Like I said, we just have to make sure that we are ahead in points at the end of the 3 races. That is race number 1 done, and we got second. So, the 6x6 is okay. You get 14 for third. I think it's a little too heavy, honestly, to kind of be just pushed around those turns, but nonetheless, let's go ahead and jump into our next race and into our next vehicle. And here's the championship leaderboard, as I was saying. But we'll take a better look at this after the second race. All right, here we go with race number 2 at the Castera Cross Country Circuit. And we're going to be using the 2013 Mercedes-Benz G65 AMG. So big old G-Wagon here. The younger sibling to the 6x6. So let's see what this thing can do. It is obviously a lot smaller. It already feels quicker just off the get-go, which is good to see. share code and the tuner's name, and name of the tune would have been up on the screen at the beginning of the race if you want to check it out as well. It is good to note that you do not have to use 3 different vehicles for these events. I do that just so you guys can see options that can be used. You can pick one and use it for all 3. I just try to give some options and then opinions on what is the best of the 3 that I use. So right now this thing is doing much better than that 6x6. At least it feels like it's doing much better. It's easier to chuck around and that fits my driving style a little better. So come on, yeah, let's see it. Yeah, this is a lapped race, so not too worried about it. We should be able to get up to first. We've already seen peaks of first as we've raced it, so let's see if we can't get it here before the finish. Looks like we're going to. Got lucky with that invisible wall there. And that is 1 lap down. So since we are up into first, usually what I do just to prevent these videos from being too long is I just kind of skip towards the end of the 3rd lap, unless anything interesting or funny may happen in between. So after this jump, because this is where the funny stuff will happen, here we go. So we will see you guys towards the end of the race here in just a second. Alright, final jump and into a show-offy kind of finish. Into the hit the reverse. Got first place there. And as you can see, we got 20 points for that. And if I hit continue, we are now in first place in points on the championship leaderboard. So we've got 1 more race to do. Let's go ahead and jump into our last vehicle and into that last race. Alright, here we go with the last race here. The sprint race down the volcano, and you can see we are using the 2018 Mercedes-Benz X-Class. So see what this thing can do as we literally jump down the volcano. This is one of the fastest sprints, I think, in the game, because you absolutely get speed and lose all control, it seems, going down this hill. As that X-Class was showing, this would be scary as can be for that reason right there. Can't control it, going way too fast. We need to hit the brakes a little bit sooner. Get on them a little bit harder. That didn't help us. A little bit harder. Man. Come on. This is why I don't like cross country. I have no control. We saved that G-Wagon from going off too. That's funny that it does that. Or the 6x6 rather. That G-Wagon got turned around. Just continuing our hauling up. Pretty good in first place now though, which is good to see. Big splash of water. I think it feels really good. I think this might be the fastest of the bunch that we've driven, stat-wise at least. It definitely feels the fastest. It doesn't feel as nimble as the G-Wagon, the second car we used, but definitely more nimble than the 6x6, of course. If I had to pick, I would probably use the G-Wagon in this event. If you've got either of the other 2, they'll work just fine. I think the G-Wagon would be the one that I'd go with. And so for the G-Wagon, I actually bought it new from the auto show. You're sitting at 350 grand for it if you buy it completely new. And then the tune was, I think, around 50 to 60,000 credits for that as well. So you're going in on it for about 400,000 credits. So call big investment for sure, and you know, you probably won't get that out of this race. I mean, you may with like wheel spins and stuff, but you won't get it out of races. So maybe more of an investment for, you know, just buying the G-Wagon to be able to use later on in, you know, different championships and stuff like that. So there we go, another first place finish. We got 20 more points, and we're up to 56 in total on the championship, which very well solidifies our first place. And if I hit continue, we will get the championship reward. So again, it's that Mercedes-Benz 190E that you need to use in the trial event this week. But there we go. That is the Pick Me Up Cross Country Championship here in Forza Horizon 5 and the summer season of series number 8. Hope you guys did enjoy the video or found it helpful. If you did either, definitely leave a like on the video. Definitely get subscribed for future Forza Horizon 5 content just like this. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will see you in the next video.